Yo, what's going on guys? And in today's video I'll be showing you how you can add a UI library to your Roblox cheat. Now this will pretty much be universal for every UI library, as most of them are built similar if not the exact same. So yeah, let's get right into it. So to follow this tutorial you will need these three things. You will need an executor to execute your code, an IDE such as Visual Studio to actually write your code in, and Roblox installed. And yeah, we can get right into this. So in this video I'll be showing you how to use LinoreaLib with your cheat, and it is a really good simple UI library. This is what it looks like. You've probably seen it before, it is very common, and this is what I'll be showing you how to use. So to get started, we're just going to press the example script here, and we're going to just take a look at this. So we see it loads the GitHub repo right here. Well, it actually doesn't load it, just gets the string. Then it loads the library code, it loads the theme manager code, and it loads the save manager code. You've seen this before, just load strings, simple stuff. Next it creates the window here. Now from here down it's just the UI library like elements and how you add them. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and copy this right here, Control C, go to our Visual Studio and paste this in here. Now we're going to tweak some of these settings. I'm going to get rid of these comments as I don't really need them, and I will be changing the title here. I'm just going to call this tutorial UI library. Next, you can change these if you want, but these are pretty good basic settings. Now we're going to go back and we're going to copy a group box right here. Now this is how you actually create the holder for the toggles, sliders, drop downs, stuff like that. So this right here needs to be a unique name. You cannot duplicate this name. So I'm just going to call this main group box. Okay, so I actually made a mistake. We need to copy this tabs table real quick and paste this in here. This is what actually holds our tabs, which is the things at the top of the UI. So now we were going to go ahead and keep this the same. If you want to add a new tab, just copy it. Just copy this, paste it. Now this needs to be a unique name. So main2, boom, now we have an extra tab. Next, we're going to add a toggle. Now this is the most basic UI element. It's either going to be true or it's going to be false. So this is mainly what you're going to be using to like enable your aimbot, maybe enable your ESP, stuff like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this, paste it below here, and now we have a bunch of settings to configure here. But first, we need to actually add this to our group box. So we're going to copy this name right here, Control C, and paste it right here, Control V. Alright, now this bit of text right here is the library flag. So this is how you're going to reference the value. So you want to make sure this is unique. So we're just going to call this my toggle. So this is how we're going to reference this toggle. Next we have the text, which is just the name. So I'm going to change this to enabled. Default is like if it's on, true or false. I just like setting it to false. Tooltip, this basically will show you a bit of text when you hover over the toggle. Now I don't really ever use this, but if you wanted to, you can put some text in here. But if you don't want any text at all, just delete it. Next we have callback. So now this function is going to be called when this is changed. This value is going to be the value of the toggle, and you can use this to do certain things, but I never really use it, as we'll be referencing the value from the flag instead of the callback, as it is just easier and it is more flexible. So we're just going to go ahead and delete this. Next, we're going to add a bit of logic below so we can test this toggle. So I'm just going to do a while wait one do, not disconnect, do end. So we're going to do if toggles dot my toggle. The AI finished it for me, but toggles dot my toggle dot value, then print toggle is enabled, else print toggle is disabled. I just want to stop the video real quick and add something that I forgot to mention. If you are referencing anything else other than a toggle, this is how you're gonna reference it. It's gonna be options dot whatever your flag name is. So we'll call it my slider dot value. and if it's a color picker, it's going to be options dot my color dot whatever your flag is. So my color dot value as well. So you only reference toggles with toggles dot my flag. Anything else is going to be options. Okay. So now, if our toggle is enabled, we're going to print this. If it's not, we're going to print this. Easy stuff. Now, before we actually test this, we're going to finish the UI library and actually initialize it. So we're going to go back to lib, and we're going to scroll down all the way to the bottom, and we see all of this code down here. We're just going to copy right up until library set watermark visibility. Copy it, paste it down here. Now, this basically is setting up the config system in the watermark. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete these comments as they are not needed. Alrighty, now that we have deleted the comments, we're just going to go ahead and start configuring this. So down here is your watermark, so you can set this text to whatever. It already has a basic default FPS and ping counter, so I'm just going to leave this how it is, except change this to UI tutorial. Next, we're going to scroll down and we're going to see our menu button. Now you can change this to whatever you want. End is pretty much the universal key for toggling the UI, so I would just leave it if I were you. Next, we're going to go ahead and change our theme manager folder name to your script name. So I'm just going to call this tutorial. Tutorial spelled right, actually. Next, we're going to copy the same name and we're going to paste it in front of this slash right here, because this is setting the folder to this and then the specific game. So let's say you're doing baseplate, which is what I'll be testing this on. So we'll do tutorial slash baseplate, so you can have multiple games. This you can keep the same. This basically just applies the theme manager to the UI settings tab and applies the save manager to the UI settings tab, and it will load your autosave config. Now this you don't really have to worry about. Once you've changed this, it's good to go. So now we're going to go ahead and test this. We're going to Control A, Control C, paste it into our executor, go back to Roblox, attach, and we're going to hope Potassium doesn't crash. It doesn't, so now we're going to execute. Boom, as you can see, we have our UI library in here, main2, UI setting. Oh, we have an error here, I think. Hold on, let's debug this real quick. Oh, that's cool. That's why we need to change this while loop to be down here, because a while loop won't load anything below it. So that is my mistake. We're gonna go ahead and re-execute. Boom. Now our library is correctly working. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hide this one, and we're going to enable our toggle. And boom, as you can see, it starts printing. Toggle is enabled. And if I go ahead and disable it, toggle is disabled. Yeah, and that is how simple it is to implement your own UI library. And if you want to implement other elements such as sliders, drop downs, etc., you just come here, copy what you need, and config it, and you'll be good to go. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.